எதுக்கு அகாடமிக் இன்ஸ்டியூஷனா? ஓகே, ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடுவா சார்? ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சார்.
ஆரம்பிச்சிடலாமா?
இல்ல, நான் ஒரு இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் ஒன்று கொடுத்துறேன், அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் சார்.
சரி, ஓகே.
Students, good morning. We are very happy to conduct this webinar on applications of physics and science and technology. So, the first week of your program, on first week of your induction program, you have been attending so many programs, and from morning we had a session on placement and another session by the physical director. Now we are at the third session of the day. Today we have a session on physics. So in your first year, you will be studying physics. All the departments will be studying physics. All mechanical, EEE, artificial intelligence, CSC, IT, all the departments, ECE and all the departments will study physics. So the physics that you are going to study here will entirely be different from what you are studying in your college. So in order to give you a brief introduction, in order to familiarize you with the fundamentals and rudiments of the physics, we have arranged a session. So this session will just give you a brief introduction to physics, right? So today we have with us Dr. Smith-Raj Prem Kumar. He is an assistant professor in St. John's College, Palayamkottai, Tirunelveli. St. John's College is a very famous institution for a long time, and that institution has produced so many scholars and so many resourceful students. So he is into the task of producing many good researchers and good students. And he has completed, Dr. Smith-Raj Prem Kumar has completed his doctorate in Manowniyam Sundaranath University in the year 2014, and his experience is versatile. His experience is versatile because he has taught both engineering colleges and arts and science. That is a very rare combination. So he has got a versatile experience, and he has published 8 research papers. Publishing 8 research papers is not a very easy task, that too in the field of application-oriented science. In an application science like physics, publishing 8 papers is not a very easy task. It is a mammoth task that he has carried out. Now he is guiding PhD scholars. He has already guided 18 MPhil scholars. He has already guided 18 MPhil scholars. Now he is guiding PhD scholars also. So with this brief introduction, now I hand over the session to sir. Sir, you start panikalam sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for your nice introduction about me. So good afternoon to each and every one of present here. So I'm happy to deliver a guest lecture on the topic of applications of physics in engineering and technology to the budding engineers of Kathpagam Institute of Technology, Coimbatore, through this virtual mode. First of all, I thank God for a very good opportunity, and also my sincere thanks to the management, principal, HOD, head of the Department of Science and Humanities, and all the faculty members of Science and Humanities, especially Dr. Amuda, for inviting me to deliver the guest lecture on this particular title. So now, before a few minutes back, I remind my earlier days of teaching in engineering and engineering college. So really, on that days were memorable. So engineers, the first year students when they have joined the engineering college. So we have conducted the bridge courses. So in these bridge courses, we just recollected what they studied in their earlier days. So in this pandemic situation, your Karpagam Institute arranged through this online. So it's a very highly appreciable, and also invite other faculty members from the various institutions to deliver the lecture on the particular topic to their students. It's a uh, very high appreciation because mostly the students that must know, and they have also have a several knowledge from the various uh, faculty members from the various institutions. So now we can directly go to the lecture. So now just I wish to give a one question to the students. Now you are also joined the engineering college. Then why we should study engineer, or why we should become an engineer? Why we study engineering and technology? And also from the title, they have given applications of physics. How the physics is applied in the engineering and technology field. So it's a very biggest question. So because in your lower classes you have studied with a very difficult manner in the physics. Okay, so you may have some enjoyable. So we have escaped from the physics and every faculty members up to the higher secondary level. But unfortunately, when the title you may have a confused. So here now, once again we have start the physics from this year onwards. So you may have a several fear about the physics. Okay, you don't fear about the physics. So here we have studied only about the applications of physics in the engineering. So just I have in my lecture, today's lecture, on the title of applications of physics in engineering technology, just I wish to give the two uh, answer for these two questions. Why we need an engineer? Why we should study engineering and technology? And how our physics is applied in the engineering and technology field? Or why the physics is used or included in the engineering and technology uh, courses? Okay. So for that, these questions, just I wish to give a one important concept from the one quote from Owen. So the development of physics, like the development of any science, is a continuous one. So I raised the two questions. These two questions are have a very fundamental concept. It's a development. So development, you know, okay. So development. So if you define the development, how they have developed. So if you need the development, you must grow. Okay. Uh, so we have create the growth, and we have given us some changes in the positive directions, and it should be the social development, and it should be the environmental, or it should be the economical or physical. Any development should be there. So development is the very process. If you need a development in any area, so we need an engineering and technology. So we need an engineer. Okay. So here, and this development is too useful to the community, people community, and it to take the peoples in the highest level of their ability. So here we are also studying the engineering. So within a 4 years you will become an engineer. Now you are a budding engineer. So after the engineer, so why we have studied? It made the questions. So in these questions, just I have focused the particular point. It's a development. So we need the development. In our country need the development. In our society need the development. In our family need the development. So if you take in any directions, we need a basic concept as a development. So development. So for the development, we need you. Okay, we need you. So here from this picture, you can easily identify in the earlier days, in the 1980s or 1970 to 80s, the mobile phones are like this one. The mobile phones were like this one. Within a 20 to 30 years, the high revolutions are occur in the communication field. Now we are also using the smartphones, and now we are also connected these smartphones nowadays. So it's a development. It's a development sector. How they have reached this development? So only based on the engineers. So only based on the engineering and technology field. Only with the engineering and technology field, we reach the development in the communication field. You may ask the question, sir, why you have take this area in the title of this physics? Okay, so now I am not take much more time to explain about the physics, because you have, if you take physics in more detail, it may be very bored to you. Okay, just I have given only their uh, outlines of physics, how these physics are useful to the engineering and physics community, why you should study the physics in your engineering course. Then here, if we need a development, where should we concentrate? We should concentrate on education. Okay, we should concentrate on education, and we should concentrate on technology field. We should concentrate on engineering field. We should concentrate on science field also. So these there are number of developments are there. So we can develop in all the directions, among all these directions. So very important. The development is in the education, technology, engineering, science, especially the students from the Karpagam Institute of Technology. Okay, so we need a development from you. So we need after the 4 years, you will reach the world, and the world is also expecting from you, and the world is also expecting the development. The development is also expecting from you. So only from the engineers can develop the country. Then you will be the one of the developer in the future countries. So here you have studied the several departments. You may belong to mechanical engineer. You may belong to computer science engineer. You may belong to electrical engineer, or you may be belongs to information technology. There are a number of engineering departments out there. You may ask the question, sir, whether any one of the department is also belongs to their development. No, combined. All the departments are combined, and these are also useful for their development in their next sector. So here, just I wish to give a one important among all these directions. Just I wish to relate the science, engineering, and technology. So, if you want to study the engineering, you must know science. If you have a technology, you must know science, and you must have a engineering. So these three factors are related to each other. So that's a very important case. Okay. So science gives the basic theory. Okay, and it's also explore the uh, new world or nature, or they have the science peoples are identify the new concept and new theory for their application field. Then what the engineers are doing in the engineering side, the problems, the scientific problems should be solved, and it should be develop the products. Okay, so if the science peoples are give their theory, then the engineering peoples are develop the uh, product by solving the several problems which was produced by the science community. Then after that, the product should be converted into the useful to the community. Okay. So whether it will be useful for the community or whether it is necessary, so it's a technology. So science, engineering, and technology are the distinct one, but at the same time, these are all interrelated disciplines. Without science, there is no engineering and technology. If you want to know about engineering technology, you must know about the basic science. On that concept, you have studied the science in your lower classes up to up to 10th standard. Uh, Here, science. In this science, you have also studied physics, chemistry, uh, and biology. Uh, these three subjects were studied in their science. Then after that, you have also split into the major physics major was also included in your higher secondary. In this physics, you have studied a lot of fundamentals and theory, and at that time you have also solved the several problems, and you go mostly they belongs to the year related to the related to our home appliances and related to the year in our surroundings and everything we also studied. Then in the physics is the vast area. Here we have also calculate. We have classified into two types. One is in theoretical and applied. Theoretical and applied. So theoretical, they go. The research is going on to discover the hidden physics in it. It tries to discover, or they go produce the several theories to discover the new theories to elaborate into their application side. Okay. Then after that, after the identification of new theory, it will be applied into their engineering field. So that is a very, very important, or in our engineering side is the applied physics. Okay, applied physics. So what they have did in their applied physics, it is simply applying physics for creating something new and helpful. Okay. So physics is the fundamental to the engineering, and this physics is also used for their developing the new and helpful products. Okay. So without the physics, you cannot complete your engineering. So just I wish to give several main branches of physics. So just give the title. Modern physics is the classical mechanics, optics, electromagnetism, nuclear physics, astrophysics, and thermodynamics. Not only their limit, there are more and more branches are there. In your lower classes, you have studied everything. So you have also studied electromagnetism paper. You studied the electrostatics paper. You have studied the current paper. You have studied the astrophysics. You have studied the optics, light and optics. You have studied the properties of matter. There are several branches of that. So among all these branches, these are all the main branches, and all the other branches are also comes under these topics. Okay, these topics. In your college, they have also told several Tamil medium students are also there. Uh, so for that Tamil medium student, just I wish to explain the Tamil also. நீங்களாம் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்க வந்திருக்கீங்க. இந்த இன்ஜினியர் வந்து எதற்காக இன்ஜினியர் அப்படிங்கிறது நம்மளுடைய டாபிக். அப்ளிகேஷன் ஆஃப் பிசிக்ஸ். 12th வரைக்கும் பிசிக்ஸ் படிச்சிருந்துருப்பீங்க. பிசிக்ஸ் இதோட முடிஞ்சதுன்னு நினைச்சிட்டு சந்தோஷப்பட்டிருக்கலாம், சிலவங்க வருத்தப்பட்டிருக்கலாம். வருத்தப்பட்டாலும் பரவாயில்ல, சந்தோஷப்பட்டாலும் பரவாயில்ல. இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர்ல நீங்க என்ன பண்ணி ஆகணும், இன்ஜினியரிங் பிசிக்ஸ் படிச்சுதான் ஆகணும். அது எதுக்காக படிக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் என்னுடைய ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லெக்சருடைய ஒரு முக்கியமான ஒரு டிஸ்கஷன். அதான் இப்போ உங்களுக்கு பிசிக்ஸ்ல வந்து நிறைய இருந்தாலும் அந்த பிசிக்ஸ் உடைய நீங்க வந்து உங்க தமிழ் மீடியத்துல என்னெல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா, இதுல என்னெல்லாம் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, வெப்ப இயக்கவியல் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, ஒளியியல் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதே போல மின் காந்தவியல் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, மின்னியல் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, அதே போல நியூக்ளியர் பிசிக்ஸ் வந்து அணு கொள்கை படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, அணு இயற்பியல் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, அணுக்கரு இயற்பியல் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. இது எல்லாமே உங்களுடைய 12th ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் வரைக்கும் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. இப்போ நீங்க அதுல எல்லாத்துலையும் இங்க படிச்சிருந்தாலும் பருப்பொருட்களின் பண்புகள், திடப்பொருள், திரவப்பொருள், இதெல்லாம் என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. ஸோ இந்த இதை தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம், நம்மளுடைய பிசிக்ஸ், நம்ம இன்ஜினியரிங்க்கு இது எப்படின்னு அப்ளை ஆகுது. ஒருவேளை நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கலாம், பிசிக்ஸ் வந்து படிச்சிருக்கலாம், அந்த பிசிக்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி அப்ளை ஆக போகுது அப்படிங்கிறத நம்மளுடைய என்னையுடைய லெக்சருடைய டைட்டில். Okay. So these are all the main branches of physics. So here you may ask the question. So at the beginning of this session, you have started with the engineer is must. Engineering is very essential. Then physics is optional. Now just from this onwards, from this slides, we have discussed about the physics versus engineering, how the physics is applied in the engineering science. So for that, just I wish to explain basic concept of physics. Then I will also enter into the engineering. Then we can discuss one by one. So this is the physics. So physics, in your physics lower classes, you have studied several things. So the first picture, this picture is also basic there, optics. So this is electrostatic principle. So this is electrostatic principle. So this is the surface tension, and this is atomic physics. Okay. So how the atoms are there, then how it is revolving around, the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and how it is revolving around the nucleus. And this is electricity. Okay, this is electricity. Uh, then how it is working. Then here it's a gravitational force. So from your lower classes onwards, you have studied about these concepts. You may ask the questions, or why you have explained this picture, whether we are also belongs to their LKG or UKG students. So don't confuse. Okay. So from the picture, you can easily understand the concept. So here, this is the again the battery principle. So how the battery is also working, you can study. Here it's a oscillation. Okay, or we can from this one we can at least understand the momentum. Law of conservation of momentum we can study. Here it's a pulling system. Okay, then you can also study. Then here it's a magnetic principle. It's not electromagnetic, it's a magnetic principle. Here it's a calculation of G, simple pendulum oscillations. We can oscillations. So there are different types of oscillations you have also studied. So these are all the some concept physics concept. So from this picture, laterly I will explain. Okay, how these principles of engineering and technology. In this engineering field, normally engineering physics is belongs to their applied physics. Okay, applied physics. In this applied physics, there are several terms are necessary. So here, uh, you can say that it's a relativity. Relativity theory is important. Okay. Then electromagnetism is very must to know about the some communication purposes. Then nuclear physics is must. Then there are several engineering physics subjects are also there. Among all these physics subjects, then how the physics is defined. So the physics is a science of matter, energy, space, and time. So which is deals uh, these factors. So if you know about science, sorry, if you know about physics, you must know about the matter, energy, space, and time. What is matter? It explains the ordinary matter as a combination of particles interacting through forces. In energy, it describes the many forms of energy, such as kinetic energy and electrical energy, and the way energy can change from one form to another form. Space and time, it describes the way objects move through space and time. So, in a physics, we have studied everything only based on these concepts. Then among all these factors, the energy is the very important for our engineering science. Okay, energy is the very important for our engineering applications. So these are all the several terms which is studied in your lower classes in the physics. Okay, இதுதான் நீங்க பிசிக்ஸ்ல இயற்பியல் என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த டேர்ம்ஸா படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. இங்கிலீஷ்ல வந்து கிராவிட்டி, frequency, work, force, acceleration, speed, radio, power, current, okay, then sound, wavelength, electrical applications, radiation, or loudspeaker, okay, refraction. So you have also studied the several terms in your 12th standard. In தமிழ்ல பார்த்தீங்க அப்படின்னா புவியீர்ப்பு விசை, எதிரொலிப்பு, வேலை, விசை, அணுக்கரு, அணு இயற்பியல், பெருக்கம், ஓகே, பொட்டன்ஷியல் அணு அணு மாதிரி, சாரி, பொட்டன்ஷியல் மின் அழுத்தம், ஆக்சலரேஷன் முடுக்கம், ரிஃப்ராக்ஷன் ஒளி, பிரிதல், ஓகே, வேவ்லென்த் அலை நீளம், எனர்ஜி ஆற்றல், ஓகே, ஃபோர்ஸ் விசை, then radio உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், speed, வேகம். ஸோ எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக், எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக்னா அணு, சாரி, எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக். நீங்கள் வந்து எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக் என்ன முடிப்பீங்க படிச்சிங்க. எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக்னா தமிழில் வந்து சிக்னல்ஸ். எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னட்டிக் அப்படின்னா தமிழில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு சாரி மின்காந்தம், மின்காந்த விசை, மின்காந்தத்தை குறித்து படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. ஃப்ரீக்வன்சி, அதிர்வெண், கரண்ட், கரண்ட்னா மின்னோட்டம், சரியா? இது எல்லாத்தையும் நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க, படிச்சிருந்துருக்கீங்க. ஸோ இது எல்லாமே நம்முடைய இன்ஜினியரிங்க்கு ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். உங்களுக்கு பார்த்தோன்னே தெரியும். இதெல்லாம் வந்து நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லணும், it's not necessary, but anyway you are also belongs to the beginner of this engineering, you must know. Okay, so why or how the physics is applied in our engineering courses. So these are all the tanks. Okay, so இது இந்த தமிழ்ல நீங்க படிச்சது எல்லாத்தையும் நீங்க நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கிடுங்க. இது எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு வந்து என்ன பண்ணும், இந்த இன்ஜினியரிங் யூஸ் ஆகும். So among all these one, just I wish to only explain the energy. So how the energies are occurred. Then energy, what is energy? It's a capacity to do the physical system. Okay, so it's a capacity to do the physical system to perform the work. So what are the energies are there? There are a number of energies are there. So energy can be classified into two types: kinetic energy and potential energy. Then they have what are the energies are here? Then thermal energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, magnetic energy, sound energy, light energy, chemical, elastic, nuclear, gravitational. There are a number of energies are there. These energies are required to work or to perform in many engineering and technology applications. So in this energy you have studied in our physics, and how to calculate the several factors under the energy you have studied in your lower classes. So just I want to give some importance of physics in our daily life. So without knowing this one, you cannot know the engineering and the technology applications. So just I wish to point out several importance of physics in our day-to-day life. So all the activities, what are the activities? Just I will give the several things. Ironing cloths. Okay, we have used the iron pots. Cooking, we have used the stove, burner, or recently the peoples are also using the induction stove. Okay, by heating method. Then washing, then answering a telephone. Telephone we are also using. Then the radio, okay, etc. So these are all the. Without these, we could not be run our daily life. Not only here, we can also extend the running mobile automobiles. Okay, we can also use the bike. We are using the car, and we are moving with the trains. Then we are also flying in aeroplanes, and we are also sending the satellites. Okay, then zooming the jet planes. Okay. So these are all the day-to-day life. Then so physics has also applications in constructions of bridges. So uh, then you may have a observe how these are also used. These are also engineering fields. Then how you go combine to these engineering applications to the physics. You may have a doubt. I will give a explanations when I will be discussed in the each and every engineering as an individual one. So I will explain constructions of bridge, then the constructions of building, then road, then houses, ships, and boats. Knowledge of physics will help the common people to appreciate and interact better with the environment. Okay, so without the physics, we could not do. So where the physics are applied among all these, not only here, here if you are come to here, modern technology, washing machine, we are also using. In that slide, I have used the method washing. We can use the washing machine, or we can use the washing by your hand. But where the physical activity is there. Okay. So here, if you use the washing machine, you have application. It's a development sector. You have applications. In this application, we have engineering side. In this engineering, you only based on their physics. Okay, so refrigerator, floor polishing, then communication system, okay, transportation, medicine, interesting. In this medicine, how it is used. So for the medicine, nowadays there are recently there are number of equipments are there. So MRI, CT scan, X-ray, all the equipments. The basis is the basic is physics. Okay, without knowing physics, you could not be succeeding in any engineering and technology applications. Then industry and then agriculture. So agriculture field, you know there are many devices. So these are also comes under the engineering, but at the same time, you know physics. Okay. Then in this fact, uh, which make the life of common people more enjoyable and comfortable, are based on the solid principle of physics and commercial application. So from the physics, from the principles of physics, we have produced the commercial applications from the engineering and technology field. Okay. Then in our day-to-day life, so if you are taking the survey, so there are several factors. So we should run the computers, communications. We prepare the hot water. We are using the lighting, television, drying, cooking, and everything, washing, and everything. Okay. So now we have also come to the discussion about the applications. Right? So electrical energy is very important. Whether you may have a doubt, sir, whether the electrical engineer is enough? No. Not only the engineering, electrical engineers, not only enough. So they need a several. Here it's an induction system. So here not only belongs to the electrical department, all the departments are combined to prepare all these devices. So here the energy is must. So where you have studied the energy you have studied from the physics. So without the energy, we could not run in any applications. So for if you know about the energy more in detail, you must very strong about the uh, physics. Okay. So here, what are the engineering branches? You may belongs to civil engineer. You may belongs to computer science, chemical engineer, mechanical, and automation, electronics engineer, electrical engineer, information technology. Then you may have a doubt, sir, whether all the engineering branches are comes under the development sector. Sure, it's all the engineering peoples are comes under their development sector. If you are removing any one of the field which could not be succeed in their applications, so we must the computer engineer, we must have a chemical and every branches we need to develop the nation or to develop the country or to produce in any product. So here, what they are doing, the mechanical engineering, what they are doing, they are designing the physical and mechanical system. Then they have also prepared the mechanical instruments, then engines, then vibration isolation system, compressor, weapon system, automobile parts, etc. Then electrical engineer, they have design and study of various electrical systems and its applications such as electrical circuits, generators, motors, see, electromagnetic system, computer system, then IC circuits, microchips, electronic devices, telecommunication, etc. Civil engineer, what they are doing only their infrastructure to develop the infrastructure such as roads, bridges, dam, okay, water supply, buildings, etc. Chemical engineer, they are also doing for the process of petroleum refining, okay, microfabrication, then biomolecule productions, etc. So these are also comes under chemical engineering. Then and so on. So within now I will also explain these engineering how they are also used and how they are also having a in our field how they are also applied. So how the physics is applied in the civil engineering. So earlier slide I just explained the calculation about the designing and construction work. So civil engineer இருக்கிறீங்க சிவில் இன்ஜினியர் வந்து என்ன பண்றாங்க கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஒர்க் நடக்குது. இப்போ கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் ஒர்க்குக்கும் உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு டவுட் இருக்கலாம், சார் பிசிக்ஸ் இதுல எங்க சார் அப்ளை ஆகுது? இப்போ நீங்க வந்து அதுல என்னென்ன டேர்ம்ஸ்லாம் நான் கொடுத்துருக்கேன்னு பாரு. ஃபோர்ஸ், டென்ஷன், ஹார்மோனிக் வைப்ரேஷன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆசிலேஷன்ஸ், டென்சைல் ஸ்ட்ரென்த், எலாஸ்டிசிட்டி. ஓகே, ஸோ ஃபோர்ஸ், இந்த ஃபோர்ஸை பத்தி நீங்க எங்க படிச்சிருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னா 11th படிச்சிருந்துருப்பீங்க. நியூட்டன்ஸ் லா ஆஃப் ஃபோர்ஸ். இதுல ஃபார்முலா வந்துருக்கு F = ma. இந்த ஃபோர்ஸ்ல இருந்து உங்களுக்கு என்னெல்லாம் வந்திருக்கும் அப்படின்னா நிறைய டேர்ம்ஸ் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. என்னென்ன டேர்ம் படிச்சிருப்பீங்க? ஃபோர்ஸ்ல இருந்து F = ma, நியூட்டன்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லா, செகண்ட் லா, தேர்ட் லா. இந்த நியூட்டன்ஸ் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லா, செகண்ட் லா, தேர்ட் லால வந்து என்ன பண்ணியிருந்திருப்பாங்க அப்படின்னா அவங்க தான் பேசிக், அதான் நீங்க முதல்ல படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லா வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லால வந்து இனர்ஷியா என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க, எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருப்பாங்க. ஸோ இனர்ஷியா, வித்தவுட் எனி டிஸ்டர்பன்ஸ் த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் இஸ் இன் தியர் சேம் ஸ்டேட். ஓகே, நீங்க ஒரு பஸ்ல போறீங்க, பஸ்ல போகும்போது அந்த பஸ் வந்து ஸ்டாப் பண்றாங்க. ஸ்டாப் பண்ணும்போது நீங்க வந்து என்ன பண்றீங்க, நீங்க வந்து மூவ் ஆகுறீங்க. சரிங்களா? ஸோ அதுதான் அந்த இதே போல நம்ம வந்து டேன் பண்றோம். ரைட் சைட்ல டேன் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம உடம்பு வந்து எப்படி போகுது, லெஃப்ட் சைட்ல போகுது பஸ்ல இருக்கும்போது. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த இனர்ஷியா யூ ஹவ் ஸ்டடி. சார் அதுக்கும் இதுக்கும் என்ன சார் சொல்றோம்? ஓகே, செகண்ட் லா, த ஃபோர்ஸ், இட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். F = ma. The force is directly, sorry, the force is the product of mass into acceleration. You know, studied in the physics. இதுல வந்து the force is namely called as so it's necessary, it is necessary to calculate the constructions of bridges and everything. Okay, so tension, tension, where you have studied from the elasticity, you have studied the tension and tensile strength. Okay, and elasticity. இதுல நீங்க என்ன எங்க படிச்சிருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னா ஹூக்ஸ் லா. ஹூக்ஸ் லா வந்து நமக்கு ஹூக்ஸ் லா தான் வெரி ஃபண்டமெண்டல் லா. இந்த பிசிக்ஸ்ல வந்து ஹூக்ஸ் லா வந்து என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னா ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்ட்ரெயின் அப்படின்னு நம்ம படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. தகைவு மற்றும் திரிவு, தமிழ்ல படிச்சவங்க வந்து தகைவு மற்றும் திரிவுல நம்ம பண்ணிருப்பீங்க படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. அந்த தகைவு மற்றும் திரிவுல இருந்தா நம்ம அந்த சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வரும். இப்போ இப்போ பாரு, இந்த பிக்சரை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது வந்து என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு பிரிட்ஜ், இந்த பிரிட்ஜை கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்றாங்க. இந்த பிரிட்ஜை கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணும்போது நீங்க வந்து நான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப டீப்பஸ்டா போல, நீங்க சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கிறவங்க உங்களுடைய ஃபீல்டுக்கு போகும்போது என்ன ரொம்ப டீப்பா படிக்கும். இப்போ நம்ம இதுல வந்து படிக்க போறது வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா ஜென்ரல் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன். ஜென்ரல் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன், இந்த ஜென்ரல் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ல வந்து நீங்க பார்த்துருப்பீங்கன்னா கம்பி யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, ராடு. சரியா? எல்லாமே இந்த காங்கிரீட் போடுறதுக்கு என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, ராடு யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. அந்த ராடினுடைய கால்குலேஷன் வந்து பேஸ்ட் ஆன் தி டென்ஷன், tensile strength and everything, and also force applied on that bridge. சரியா? இப்போ அதுல வந்து எவ்வளவு லோடு வந்து அதுல அப்ளை ஆகும், எவ்வளவு லோடு அப்ளை ஆகும்போது நமக்கு வந்து எவ்வளவு டென்ஷன் வந்து அது வந்து அந்த டென்சைல் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் வந்து அதுல எப்படி இருக்கும். ஓகே, ஸோ தட்ஸ் வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கான்செப்ட். அப்போ நீ வந்து உனக்கு ஃபோர்ஸ் தெரியாமையோ இல்லைன்னா எலாஸ்டிசிட்டி பத்தி படிக்காமலையோ யூ கேனாட் பி சக்சீட் இன் திஸ் ஃபீல்ட். ஸோ அவர் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் in the lower classes you have studied everything in our physics. So these physics are applied in their engineering field. So there are a number of research is also going on in each and every directions only based on these physics. Okay, so there நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா 16 mm rod, 19 mm rod, 20 mm rod, 8 mm rod, different types of rod வச்சிருப்பாங்க. இன்னொன்று நிறைய calculation இருந்தாலும், so these are also fundamental from the physics. Then if you are building a one house or one auditorium, இப்போ ஒரு ஆடிட்டோரியம் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்றாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். ஆடிட்டோரியத்துல ரொம்ப வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்டான ஒரு கான்செப்ட் வந்து சவுண்ட். உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கவங்க என்ன பண்ணணும், they should hear the voice and it should be audible, the echo should be controlled. Okay, so இந்த சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங்ல ரெண்டு தான் என்ன பண்ணிடுவாங்க படிச்சிருவாங்க, ஆர்கிடெக்சர் அண்ட் சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க படிப்பாங்க. ஸோ நம்ம ஆர்கிடெக்சர் இருந்தாலும், ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ கம்ஸ் அண்டர் தி சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங், திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ தட் comes under the physics. So sound, இப்போ நீங்க பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது வந்து நம்முடைய இது வந்து என்ன பண்ணுது, எக்கோ ஆகுது, வாய்ஸ் வந்து எக்கோ ஆகுது. ஸோ it should be also several calculations. In your engineering physics paper, you will also study about under the heading sound, Sabine's formula. Okay, the Sabine's formula வந்து how to control the echoes. Okay, or what are the factors to be calculated while constructing the hall. Then what are the shape? Then how should we control echoes? Everything is also studied. Then after that, here இந்த பில்டிங் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ல இது போக உங்களுக்கு வந்து இதே மாதிரி நிறைய ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் நம்ம இருக்கு. அதான் உங்களுக்கு வந்து நம்ம எதில் பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா சிவில் இன்ஜினியரிங்க்கு there is a very very important force, tension and harmonic vibration and oscillations, tensile strength and elasticity. Then if you are come to their mechanical engineering divisions, mechanical engineering dealing with the aircraft, okay, watercraft, engines, robotics, weapons, cars, pneumatics, okay, hydraulic engineering. So the major role in the engineering field is the mechanical engineering, so machines. So you may ask the question, sir, whether the mechanical engineering allowed to prepare these materials? No. If you want to make a car, the electrical engineer should be there, the computer engineer should be there, okay, then mechanical engineer should be there. Then so these are all the engineers are combined together and prepare one new product. So that's a very very important. Then all the engineering branches are also comes under their basics of physics. Okay. Then here, what are the terms are very important in the mechanical engineering? Mechanics, okay, dynamics, thermodynamics, material science, structural analysis, and electricity. Okay. தமிழ்ல படிச்சிருப்பீங்க அப்படின்னா இயக்கவியல், ஓகே, இயக்கவியலை பற்றி படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, வெப்ப இயக்கவியலை பற்றி படிச்சிருப்பீங்க, சரிங்களா? அது போல ஸ்ட்ரக்சரல் அனாலிசிஸ், சரிங்களா? இது மெட்டீரியல் சயின்ஸ், ஒரு அந்த பொருள் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டிஸ் ஆஃப் மேட்டர் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அந்த பருப்பொருட்களுடைய பண்புகள், இதை குறித்து என்ன பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னா படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. இதெல்லாம் இதுல எப்படி சார் யூஸ் ஆகுது? இதுக்கும் நம்மளுடைய பிசிக்ஸுக்கும் என்ன சார் சம்பந்தம் இருக்குன்னா, நாங்கள் பிசிக்ஸ்ல படிச்சிருக்கணும். So we have studied all these chapters in our lower classes, but how it is applied? Okay, so if you are looking this, this is the one engine parts. Okay, then here there are several parts are presented here. So among all these parts, here the materials used for the preparations of these parts, it's a very important. Which materials should be used? Okay. So here there are several factors are there. Now we should not be take it as all the factors. We just only listen about the very fundamentals. So if you want to prepare one material, you must know about the material science. Where you go speak about the material science? In the physics you go speak about the material science. How the material science is used here, which material is suitable for that preparations of that parts. Okay, whether we have use the alloys, whether we have to use the iron material, whether we have used any aluminum material, whether we have used any gold material, whether we have used. So how they have also select these materials depends upon their reliability. Okay, depends upon their working condition, depends upon their major work on that particular one. So say for example, in the aircraft, the peoples are also using their several titanium materials. Okay, then for the constructions of ship, what they are also using. Then here, in the case of our ship, in the case of our aircraft, how they have also select the materials based on their force, based on their force applied on that particular directions, and everything they have also considered. So if you want to select one material in the mechanical engineering for the preparations of uh, any device or any instruments, they must know about the material science. Okay. Then they must know about the advances in the material science, and fundamentals and advances. Both are all it's necessary. Then here in the robotics. So if you want to know about the robotics, uh, then in the automatic section, so you need some basic concept for the electromagnetic, the signal, which signal should be used, then how you should be automatically moved. So these are also basically belongs to our physics. மெக்கானிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங் நீங்கள் படிக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா இந்த பார்ட்ஸ்லாம் ரெடி பண்ணுறதுக்கு வந்து உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஃபிசிக்ஸுடைய ஹெல்ப் வந்து உங்களுக்கு நம்ம தேவைப்படும். அது என்ன ஹெல்ப் தேவைப்படுது உங்களுக்கு? முதல்ல இது வந்து எப்படி வந்து இயங்குது, அதுதான் இயக்கவியல் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. அப்போ இதனுடைய அந்த இயக்கத்துல வந்து இந்த இந்த மெட்டீரியல் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்றது, மெட்டீரியல் சயின்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. என்ன மெட்டீரியல் யூஸ் பண்ணணும், அந்த எந்த மெட்டீரியல் யூஸ் பண்ணா இந்த பாட்டுக்கு வந்து இது குட்டா இருக்கும், நம்ம எந்த மெட்டீரியல் நம்ம வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது இதை வந்து நமக்கு வந்து யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறத கால்குலேட் பண்ணி என்ன பண்றாங்க, இதெல்லாம் செய்யறாங்க. இப்போ ரோபாட்டிக் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா என்ன எந்த மெத்தட்ல வந்து இதை வந்து என்ன பண்ணணும், ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா இயங்குறது. இட்ஸ் நாட் அ ரோபாட்டிக், இட்ஸ் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் மூவிங் மிஷின். சரிங்களா? ஒரு மிஷின் வந்து ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் மூவ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா அது வந்து எந்த பிரின்சிபல் வந்து இருக்கு, ஸோ ஃபிசிக்ஸ். ஸோ ஹியர் இப்போ நீங்க ஏர்கிராஃப்ட் எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா ஏர்கிராஃப்ட்ல வந்து அந்த அந்த பாடி யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடிய அந்த மெட்டீரியல் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அது வந்து இப்போ நம்ம வெரி ஹை ஃபோர்ஸாக போகும். அப்படின்னா அது வந்து நம்ம நேச்சராக உள்ள ஏரை என்ன பண்ணிட்டு போகணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த ஃபோர்ஸ் வந்து இந்த மெட்டீரியல் என்ன பண்ணணும் தாங்க. அப்போ நீங்க வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வரலாம், சார் நான் அயன் மெட்டீரியல் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் சார், அலாய்க்கு போறாங்க. அலாய், இஃப் யூ ஆர் கோ டு த அலாய், த வெயிட் ஷுட் பி ரெடியூஸ்ட். வெயிட் வந்து ரெடியூஸ்ட் ஆகும். சரியா? அப்போ எஃபிஷியன்சி என்ன பண்ணிடலாம், கூட்டிடலாம். So you need not give a more energy. With a small energy, we can achieve the high efficiency. So that's a very very important. இப்போ அயன் மெட்டீரியல் யூஸ் பண்ணீங்க அப்படின்னா கரோஷன் இருக்கும். கரோஷன் அதே சமயத்தில் அதனுடைய திக்னஸ் வந்து என்ன பண்ண வேண்டியிருக்கும், கூட வேண்டியிருக்கும். ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் திக்னஸ் வரைக்கும் அது வந்து என்ன அப்படின்னா, ஸோ த நம்பர் ஆஃப் தீஸ் ஆர் ஆல் த ரிசர்ச், தீஸ் ஆல்சோ கம்ஸ் அண்டர் த research also. So this is the very very important in this case. Then if you are come to the electrical engineering, what they are doing, they are designing the electrical circuits including motors. Motor mechanical parts they are also the mechanical engineers are doing, but the working principle the electrical engineer should be design the some electrical circuits. Okay. Then some electronic appliances we know, fridge, washing machine, and AC, okay, air cooler, everything. In all the applications, the electrical engineer, computer engineer, okay, then civil engineer, all the engineers are comes together and create their applications. Then the optical fiber network. So the high revolutions in their communication field, okay, communication field, computers and communications. Electrical energy to other form of energy with understanding of mechanics and thermodynamics, integrated circuits, and various types of transistor logic. All functions require at least an intermediate understanding of electromagnetism. So, அவங்களாம் இது பண்ணினாலும் எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியர்களை வந்து இதெல்லாம் தயார் பண்ணாலும் பிசிக்ஸ் வந்து அதில் எப்படி யூஸ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் ஆஃப் மெக்கானிக்ஸ் கண்டிப்பாக தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும், எனர்ஜி தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். they must know about the energy. They must know about thermodynamics. வெப்ப இயக்கவியலை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும், இயக்கவியலை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். சரியா? இன்டகிரேட்டட் சர்க்கியூட்ஸ், வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கான்செப்ட். இன்டகிரேட்டட் சர்க்கியூட்ஸ், ஐசியை குறித்து படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. செமிகண்டக்டிங் மெட்டீரியல், குறைக்கடத்திகள், அதை குறித்து என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. அது வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டான ஒன். Then in the case of various types of transistor logic gates, logic கேட்ஸ் நமக்கு கண்டிப்பா தெரியும். உங்களுக்கு வந்து நீங்க கேட்ஸை குறித்து படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. அண்ட் கேட், ஆர் கேட், நாட் கேட், இதை பத்தினா நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருக்கணும், தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். இதெல்லாம் நீங்க எங்க படிக்கீங்க, பிசிக்ஸ்ல படிக்கீங்க. ஸோ பிசிக்ஸ் த ஃபண்டமெண்டல் ஃபார் ஆல் த அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ். ஸோ and finally the electromagnetism. Okay, Minkandaviyam, okay, electromagnetism. So this is a very important. So all these terms, mechanics, thermodynamics, transistor logic, and the electromagnetism, and everything you have also studied in the physics. So these are also applied in the electrical engineering. Then in the case of electronics and computer and other departments, information technology and other departments, they are also using the transistor, diodes and semiconductors. Okay. So these three terms you have also studied in our uh, physics. And also you have also studied about the electromagnetism, where the electromagnetisms are used for the antennas design, for the RF signal, okay, wireless communications, etc. So these are all the very important for the wireless communication purposes. You must know about electromagnetism. In this electromagnetism, you were studied about the types of several rays: X-rays, UV rays, IR, okay, then light rays. There are several rays, are gamma ray. You studied about the several electromagnetism principle. You can create all these rays using the electromagnetism principle. Without knowing these electromagnetism, you could not succeed uh, in these applications area. Okay, so these are all the applications. So just you can see this one. So this is the circuit which can be made by electrical engineer or electronics engineer, electronics and communication engineering, or computer engineer. They know about the hardware. So these are all the microchips. Okay, microchips. The high revolutions are occur in their microchips. So these microchips are integrated circuits are have a high revolutions in the field of communication field. Okay, so in the earlier days, the laptops are very big in size. Now, the mobile communications, the mobiles that telephone, which are all in there very big in size now. You know the status. Okay, so how they have also achieve these principles only based on the physics. Where they have also studied, they have also studied in the semiconductor. நீங்க குறைக்கடத்திகள் என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. குறைக்கடத்திகள்ல பி டைப் செமிகண்டக்டர், என் டைப் செமிகண்டக்டர், இதை குறித்துலாம் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணிருப்பீங்க, படிச்சிருப்பீங்க. அது எல்லாமே உங்களுக்கு வந்து எங்க யூஸ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா இந்த இன்ஜினியரிங் டெக்னாலஜி ஃபீல்டில் வந்து என்ன யூஸ் ஆகுது. இந்த டயக்ரத்தை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ஸோ இட்ஸ் டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன் ஆஃப் பவர், டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி, ஓகே, கரண்ட். அந்த கரண்ட்டை பாஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு நீங்கள் வந்து என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க, யூ ஹவ் ஹவு டு ரெடியூஸ் த லாஸ், பவர் லாஸ் while transmitting the current from the power station to delivery here. Okay, you have also studied everything in your lower classes. Then here, if you are see here, it's a mobile technology. Then it's a battery. Okay, battery. Nowadays there are high research is going on to develop a lithium-ion battery to reduce in size, to increase their efficiency, to work for their long term. Okay, so these are all the factors. And how you can know about these terms? From the physics you can know. So the physics is must to know about these fundamentals. So here these are all the several integrated circuits. So only with these circuits we have also reduced. So here there are a number of chips are there are number of chips chip integrated circuits are used here, and these chips are very must. If you want to know about the fundamentals, you must know about the semiconductors. Okay, so only based on these advances we have reached the development sector. So for the development we need a engineer. So engineer might design the product, not only their mechanical, not only their electrical, not only their civil. All the engineers are must work together and design the product itself. Then they should build up. Okay. But either way, the success is impossible without the understanding of physics behind each of them. So in every engineering side, mechanical, civil, electrical, computer science, information technology, in all the fields, the physics is very must. Without knowing the physics, you could not succeed in their engineering side. So we can conclude this session. So it's a true that physics has a significant role in the engineering. From my lecture, you can understand or you can agree. This time, it is true that physics has a significant role in the engineering and technology session. So if you want to develop, we need an engineer. If you need an engineer, we have applications in the engineering and technology field. If you need applications in the engineering and technology side, we must have a uh, physics. Okay, we must know about the physics. So we can conclude this session by the simple word, mother of all engineering branches is physics. Okay, so thank you very much. Really, you have also understand my concept and how the physics is applied in the engineering and technology field. Have a nice thank you very much.
Nice presentation, sir. As we come to the end of this session, it's my great pleasure to thank the expert Dr. Smithraj Prem Kumar for accept our invitation and deliver his knowledge to the students in an easy and understandable way. Hope you all enjoyed the session, and once again, thank you and thank you one and all. Thank you, sir. Nice presentation, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I also thank to the management and also all the faculty members for gave a very good opportunity to deliver the lecture. So really, your students were enjoyed in my lecture. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now the students go for lunch and again assemble for the second session at 2 p.m. through Google Meet. Thank you, students.